Hey guys, Ben with KCT, aka Boo Bradley. Guys, got a cool video for you today. Just going over some parts that I got from Delta Team Tactical. Now, I went ahead and paid my own money for these, so they didn't sponsor it. I didn't get it at any sort of discount, anything like that. They did have some stuff that was on sale that I went ahead and bought, and it is essentially a kit to finish your upper and lower. And so I went ahead and paid for the upper kit. It was an upper itself, the bolt carrier group, and charging handle. I think it was like $125. So it says 7075 T6 aluminum on there, all sorts of good stuff. And I think it's 9310 bolt, 8620 carrier. We'll go ahead and take a look at it, see what we think, see if I wasted my money or if I got some good value. This is just their lower parts kit, and it is their match grade, quote unquote, lower parts kit with a straight trigger. There's a joke there somewhere. I don't know what it is. Anyways, so we're going to go ahead and look at that more once we start building out the lower. Set that aside. The mil spec charging handle that it came with. We'll take a look at this real quick. It says mil spec quality. We're not going to use this, of course, because mil spec charging handles are for dweebs. If you're still using one, be ashamed of yourself. Go forth and do better. Get yourself a sweet ambi charging handle, like the Next Level Arms size charging handle, which is what I'll be using for this build. It actually feels pretty good. I do like the machining on it. Looks nice. And the anodizing on it is pretty smooth. So yeah, if I was going to use a regular charging handle, this wouldn't be a bad option. Again, I'm not going to use it because I'm not a dweeb. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look. Oh, also I got a BG 18. They had it for like 15, 18 bucks, something like that, on Delta Team's site. So, kind of a similar shape to the BCM grip. Alright, let's take a look here. Oh. What do we have here? This is their half by 28 flash header with 10 gas cuts. If you are an astute observer, you will know this is a clone of the Voltor VC1 compensator. That was like 12 bucks or something like that. So for the price, couldn't beat it. It's got the old school like phosphate looking finish on there. Wrench flats, comes with a crush washer. So couldn't say no to that. Classic style. We're gonna do it. Plus the gun's gonna have an A2 front sight. So, you know, we're gonna have those old school vibes there. Bought independently just an MGI Hydra D-ring to throw into the bolt carrier group's extractor, because I put those in all my rifles. It's like Frank's Red Hot. I put that shit on everything. Okay, so here is their bolt carrier group. And it looks very, very nice. So 9310 bolt. So that's okay. I mean, I would rather have Carpenter 158, but beggars, choosers. Look at the staking there. Staking is okay. It's nothing superb to write home about. I mean, it looks adequate for what it is. I don't think it's the most heavily staked carrier key I've ever seen, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and take this apart and see what we think about the internals on it. YouTube, this is literally just taking apart something that exists. It is not modifying it. It is not doing anything crazy with it. So please keep your panties facing the right direction. Here's the firing pin. Now this has got like a little bit of, oh, it's oil. Take a look at that there. Yeah, you can see that, that's oil. the firing pin is both very shiny and kind of dull for that oil. But if you look back here, the ass end of it is very, very shiny. It's probably the shiniest firing pin I've ever seen. So I don't know if that's good or bad, but it is. Cam pin comes right out like a cam pin should. Got some oil on there. A little bit of wear, so I think this was probably test fired. So, it smells like factory. No worries there. Pull the bolt out. Bolt looks fairly decent there. Let's see if there's any marks or anything like that. Looks alright. Let's go ahead and see what the extractor looks like. The pin drifted out extremely easily. So the extractor, ooh, good. It's got kitten teeth on it, so it feels nice and sharp like it should. Good teeth on there. Does come with the O-ring, which will be swapping out for the MGI Hydra. We'll just throw this on while we're here. Or the MGI Hydra. The MGI Hydra is the rifle that they make. This is the MGI Defender, I believe. O-ring. Yeah, it's a Defender. So that's all that is. Again, YouTube, we're not doing anything crazy here. We're just making the gun more reliable and safer to operate. Okay, so there is the Defender on there, nice and heavy. So go ahead and maybe that will put enough pressure on there so that that pin doesn't drift out quite so easily. I have a feeling it might. I will probably carry a spare bolt because I'm not the biggest fan of 9310 bolts. They're not, again, I'd rather have a Carpenter 158. Of course, I think the spare bolt that I have is also 9310, so good for me. Alright, so let's go ahead and pull that forward. Firing pin drops back in. And firing pin, retaining pin. Good to go. Alright. Definitely good gas rings on there. Really doesn't want to let go. So yeah, the gas seal on that should be pretty good. But yeah, I think the finish on it is pretty good. It looks like a, not phosphate, but it's the, oh my god. That'll come to me in a second. But it's the same thing they do on all the barrels and stuff like that. So, alright, so that's that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the upper. See if I bought a $125 nosebleed or what we got going on. Melanite, that's the kind. Alright, so that's the service sheet of Melanite. Upper looks pretty decent. It's not T-marked or anything like that, but for that price, don't really expect it to be. It's a long ass port door rod. Slight ding there on the threads. Right during shipping. I don't think that'll affect it too much. Should be able to just roll right over that. Cutout looks good. for the barrel indexing pin. Wow, that's hard to get open. Port door looks good. Let me go grab my NLA charging handle here. Oh, is that something else? Actually, you know what? That is downstairs. So, for the purpose of brevity, what we're going to do, we'll take the charging handle that they included with it. One for dweebs. Fits there pretty nicely. Unlocks nice. And got the wall carrier group in there. Okay. So it unlocks pretty well. The port door unlocks pretty well when the bolt carrier is pulled back. So one thing I can say for this upper, that's the upper itself, but there are already wear marks right here from the charging handle, and so that's just been done as many times as you've seen on camera. So is the finish great on this thing? Probably not the greatest, but it is what it is. All my guns get painted anyways, so I'm not really too concerned about how they're going to look with scuffs and wear marks on them. In fact, I fully expect them to be scuffed and wear marked. Let's take a look at the forward assist. So I'll pull this back out of battery. Yep. So that does work. That's properly installed and properly functions. So yeah, looks good so far. Alright, so nothing to it but to do it. So we'll get the building on this thing and put the barrel in and all that good stuff and see what we're going to end up. So we'll have another video, or actually we'll go ahead and put a second part to this video as we finish the build and wrap that up. So guys, stay tuned.